Hi everybody and welcome to my channel, and here are my predictions for tonight's and tomorrow night's Premiership matches. It's nice to be back predicting them again after the winter break and the cup matches. Let's start with Nottingham Forest versus Arsenal. At the moment, Forest are 16th and Arsenal, of course, are 3rd. Forest have won 5, lost 11. Arsenal have won 13, lost 4. I'm going to go for Arsenal to win. Forest are a funny team at the moment. They're up and down, but I'm going to go for Arsenal. Forest 1, Arsenal 2. I'm going to go for 2-1 to Arsenal. Fulham versus Everton. Well, Fulham at the moment are 13th, and of course Everton are 17th. Fulham have won 7, lost 11. Everton have won 8, lost 10. And of course Everton were knocked out of the cup at the weekend. Luton knocked them out. And of course Everton have got a points deduction. Everton being losing Saturday against Luton has added more woes for Everton. Fulham have won 7, lost 11. Everton have won 8, lost 10. I don't know. I'm going to go for Fulham 0, Everton 1. Everton to win 1-0. Luton Town versus Brighton. Well, of course, Luton are 18th and Brighton are 7th. I bet Luton wish they was there instead of being 18th in the bottom 3. And of course, both these teams won at the weekend. Luton beat Everton and Brighton beat Sheffield United. These was the 4th round of the cup. You can see why Luton are where they are. Luton, they've only won 4 and lost 12, whereas Brighton have won 8, lost 5. This one, I'm going to go for Luton 2. Brighton 4. I'm going to go for Brighton to win 4-2. Crystal Palace versus Sheffield United. Well, Crystal Palace are 15th, and of course Sheffield United are bottom of the Premier League. Crystal Palace are in all sorts of struggling at the moment. Will Roy Hodgson? How long will Roy Hodgson be at Crystal Palace? The way results going, you can't see him lasting towards the end of the season. But like everything else, if Crystal Palace sack him, Roy Hodgson, then they've got to go looking for a new manager now, from now to the end of the season, which they don't really want to do. Crystal Palace have won 5, lost 10, and Sheffield Wednesday have only won 2, lost 15. Will Crystal Palace be dragged into a relegation fight? I don't think so. I think they'll just survive. Of course, Palace have got injuries at the moment. If they got all their fully fit players playing, they probably wouldn't be where they am now. They'd probably up the table a bit higher. This one I'm going to go for Crystal Palace. I'm going to go for Crystal Palace 1, Sheffield United 1. Aston Villa versus Newcastle. Well, Villa are 4th and Newcastle are 10th. And of course, Villa will be looking for some revenge tonight because Newcastle beat them at the start of the season. And since then, Villa have been going great guns. 4th at the moment, and the way things are going, they could be well find themselves playing in the Champions League next season. The way things are going. And of course, Newcastle, well, they're having a struggle this season. Everybody got a little bit excited at the start of the season because they beat Villa. And since then, it's all gone wrong. Villa have won 13, lost 4. Newcastle have won 9, lost 10. And like I said, Villa will want some revenge tonight against Newcastle. I'm going to go for Villa. Villa 2, Newcastle 0. Manchester City versus Burnley. Well, of course, Manchester City are 2nd and Burnley are 19th. Manchester City have won 13, lost 3. Burnley have won 3 and lost 15. No wonder Burnley are where they are, struggling. They haven't really got a recognised goal scorer of Burnley. I don't think they've bought anybody yet. And of course, we're coming towards the end of the transfer window this month. It'll be closing on Thursday. So if Burnley want to do any business, they've got to bring in a player tomorrow or before the transfer deadline. But I don't think they will. I think it looks like Burnley will be back in the Championship again next season. Anyway, I'm going to go for Manchester City. There's going to be an outcome here. I'm going to go for Manchester City 5, Burnley 0. Tottenham versus Brentford. Tottenham, of course, are 5th and Brentford are 14th. Since Ivan Toney has returned to play for Brentford, he's made a difference to them. I expect Brentford to probably finish the season maybe about 12th, maybe. They won't be dragged into a relegation fight. Tottenham, of course, were knocked out of the cup last week against Manchester City. Tottenham have won 12, lost 5, whereas Brentford have won 6, lost 10. This one I'm going to go for a draw. Tottenham 1, Brentford 1. Liverpool versus Chelsea. Well, Liverpool, of course, are top. And, of course, everybody had a shock last Friday when Jurgen Klopp announced that he was leaving Liverpool at the end of the season. We shall miss his antics and shenanigans on the touchline. And of course, Chelsea at the moment are 9th. Liverpool have won 14, lost 1, where the Chelsea have only won 9 and lost 8. Chelsea, you never know what team is going to show up. Chelsea team's going to show up. I can't see them beating Liverpool. I'm going to go for Liverpool. Liverpool 2, Chelsea 0. And of course, these two meet in the Carabao Cup final at the end of February. West Ham versus Bournemouth. West Ham at the moment are 6th, and Bournemouth are 12th. And of course, Bournemouth are no pushovers, but they seem to be struggling a bit at the moment. Before the 4th round of the FA Cup, they lost to Liverpool. West Ham have won 10, lost 6. Bournemouth won 7, lost 9. This one I'm going to go for West Ham 2, Bournemouth 3. I'm going to go for Bournemouth to win 3-2. Wolves versus Manchester United. Wolves are 11th and Manchester United are 8th. And of course, Wolves beat Albion at the weekend in the 4th round of the FA Cup, and Man United just managed to beat Newport. And of course, they've got problems with Marcus Rashford at the moment, who didn't play, who were clubbing last week. I can't understand what's wrong with him at the moment. He can be such a good player when he wants to be. If he's not careful, he's going to find himself not playing for Manchester United much longer. Wolves have won 8, lost 8. Man United won 10, lost 9. This one I'm going to go for Wolves. Wolves 2, Man United 0. Well, that's the end of my predictions for tonight and tomorrow night's Premiership matches. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all again